Hello everyone, this is Commissioner Vivian Thomas. I've had the pleasure of serving as Commissioner for Henry County Board of Commissioners for 5 years. But today, I have a different role. I am glad to bring to you this audacious young lady, which is Evangelist and CEO, Miss Marlene Lemons. She runs what we call the M&M Hope House. Now, we'll let her tell more about that as we go along. But she's celebrating 20 years of services to this community. Can you imagine? 20 years. And we want to talk about today what brought her here, what keeps her here, and how we can help her go farther. So join this conversation with me, share it with other people, and let's learn about the M&M Hope House today with Evangelist Marlene Lemons. So, Ms. Lemons, tell us a little bit about you first.
Hi, I'm Marlene Garrett Lemons. I'm the CEO of Miracle Mission International Outreach. I'm also an author of 5 published books, all on Amazon. I was married for 45 years until my husband deceased in 2020 during the COVID period. I have 2 sons, 11 grandchildren, and 3 great-grands. I'm also an evangelist, and I evangelize, and I have been evangelizing for about 30 years.
Wow, did you get all of that? Now, I am struggling just to hold a couple of titles, but when she says she's written 5 books, I have 1 book in the computer. And she's got them out and published. She has 11 grandchildren.
11 grandchildren.
And then I know that she's co-raising some of those grandchildren directly from her home and everything. So this is a lady who has learned how to get balance in her life, learn how to help the community, evangelize internationally, and turn around and take care home as well. So let's ask some questions, you guys. If you have anything you want to send to me, be sure to do so. Miss Marlene, you've been out here 20 years that we know of in the M&M Hope House. But frankly speaking, you've been evangelizing for 30 years. What prompted you to start serving people? Where did that come from?
It's a passion that I have in my heart to share the love of God. I started out in 1980 serving women and allowing them to come in my home to share, because I believe us as women, we hide, but I've always felt that each one of us probably should go through the same things, and if we share, it will help the next individual or the next lady to get through their storms. So I started out bringing young women in my house. I've always been transparent, so I brought them in just so that we could share, and it was called Sisters to Sisters Sharing. And after that, I got so many responses with them saying how they were blessed. Many of them did not speak or did not share, but just coming together blessed them. And then from there, I had an urge to do more. And it just kind of spiraled from one thing to another. And then later, I had a passion. I wanted to share the love of God with young women. And I thought that I was preparing for a shelter. So I began to recruit my family and other volunteers to come into my home. And we began the process, I thought, at that time of preparing for a shelter.
Now, Miss Marlene.
Yes.
That's too much.
Okay.
So let's break this down.
Yes.
Because I'm learning things about her that I didn't know. Let's go back to what you said prompted you to get this started. Sister to Sister Sharing. The name itself is something that really resonates with me. And you stated that others were talking about how effective this was, and you opened your home to let this happen.
Yes.
Now, you just told me you had a husband and 2 sons that you were raising.
Right.
How did you blend the sister to sister sharing with your family and continue to keep that part of the ministry going?
My husband was very open to whatever the Lord allowed me to do or the Lord told me to do. And so he allowed me that time to allow women to come in and share with them. And after seeing how blessed I was, hearing the testimonies of the young women, he allowed it to continue. And when I gave him the testimony, he was blessed over some of the things I would share with him. And of course, my children was young, so he would take care of the kids while I just entertain the women.
Now, when I hear you say that, it's so important because there are a lot of females in ministry. And in that ministry, I will say that a lot of females' marriages fail because they fail to have a balance between the ministry work and the family obligations. The fact that you said your husband supported your ministry is golden. And then the fact that you were able to balance that with your children is something that's a lesson I think a lot of us need to even get more of. You guys, we got to get her back. And I can't go through all of that. But balance in ministry and family might be book number 6 for her. Because I do know of, in so many instances, where that's not balanced. And females struggle to be, I should say, committed to their calling and not know how to be just as committed to that marriage. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you still stay in contact with some of those ladies?
I do.
Oh,
matter of fact, some of them volunteer here at Miracle Mission. I definitely do stay in touch with those ladies, yes.
Wow. Another thing she said she was preparing for a shelter. Now, let's talk about when God throw you a boomerang in that end. I'm learning about her. So you were preparing for a shelter and thought you were in the right direction.
Right.
Would it be okay to say God reassigned that?
Well, I probably would be okay to say I didn't know exactly what God was doing. Okay. So I thought it was going to be a shelter. God already knew what the plan was. I didn't. So I just followed my heart. And as I began to do the process, I brought in other people to help me with the process. And still, years later, I still thought it was going to be a shelter. But at the end, it ended up being a resource center, which I'm very glad that it did. I enjoy the work that I do. I love it. We've been doing it for 20 years, and I'm always excited about helping other people. It has always been my passion to serve.
Now, Miss Marlene, let's go back to something else, too. You made it a resource center. I have been blessed from that resource center. I can tell you that my children have been blessed from that resource center. So thank you so much for it. And I am happy to say I give back and work within that because of your ministry here. But I want to ask you something. How do you attract without embarrassing those people that need your services to you? What is it that attract people to a Miss Marlene Lemons?
Conversations, not being arrogant. People like friendly people. In order to obtain friends, you must first show yourself friendly. So people come here. I'm always lovable. My staff is very lovable. We give them hugs. We give them conversations. We don't look down on anybody because the Lord loves everybody, and we should express the love. So, no matter what state of mind people is in, if you express love, they can feel it. And when they feel it, that draws them to us, and we give them a sense of family. There's a lot of them feel like nobody cares. So when they come here, they see that there are people still in our society that really cares. So I think just being friendly, being lovable toward people, that draws them here.
I want to agree with you. What you just stated is the heart of who you are. The love, the caring, the kindness, and welcoming everyone here is what we feel when we come to the M&M Hope House. Thank you for your services. You're welcome. I know we have more to share, but we're going to close out this one personal thing with one thing. If you had to do it again and start the way you did, would you do it?
I would. The passion and the love is there. I would.
There it is, you guys. So we're going to close out this segment of knowing Miss Marlene Lemons and thanking her for her services to the community. But there's more to come, so stay with us, okay? Have a great day.